So you want to draw realistic grass and rocks. Well, it all starts with understanding texture and shading. If you can master these, you could bring any landscape to life, from rugged mountains to a single blade of grass. Yes, even a pile of pebbles can look amazing with the right technique. Let's break it down step by step and get your drawings looking real, textured, and full of depth. My name's Kurt, and I'm a dad who draws. Come on, let's get to work.
First thing I want you to do, let's just come in here with, let's just say this is a round stone. And it's halfway coming out of the ground. And this is going to be a smooth stone. So we could just kind of tone in this side here and let it just kind of fade to a lighter value. We might also have a smaller stone here, like this, right? And this also is going to have some little shade on this side. Maybe there's another big one over here. Let's go ahead and add some grass to all of this. So when we're drawing grass comes in a variety of different shapes. So we can have ones that are direction like this. They could be this way. This might represent a little more broadleaf, where this might be like a string of grass. You see that? So over here on our rocks, let's go ahead and just kind of right out of the ground, just add a couple bits of grass like this. Look at that. I'm changing the direction here. And I'm even bringing them down a little bit lower on the page. Let's add some more to this guy here. So we're going to do this. And we can even add a little bit here. I'm going to curl this just a little bit to give some variation. And the other thing too is I'm just not randomly throwing grass across a field. I'm little bits of groups of it there. You see, I'm grouping it together in clumps. This naturally grass out in the fields is not mowed, so it's going to grow in clumps. Okay, the other thing we have also sometimes is dirt. And I like to create dirt by just using some surface lines. Look at that. Using some surface lines, I'll go in and add maybe a few stones, and a lot of times I won't even make the full stone. I'll just kind of do the shadow underneath. You see that? Okay, another thing you could do is take a little bit of tone. Look at that right there. Adding tone will fill in some of the blank spots like this. And you could even add tone first and then come in and add your grass on top of it. We could add some more tone down below a little bit. Look at this. And then come in with another group of grass. Here's tone there. Now watch this now. And then down here I'm going to go with a lighter tone. So here I'm going to and then the one below, look at this, a little bit lighter, and look at that little bit of white edge I've left. Do you see that? That will give us variation in value. Another type of blade you can make is a single blade and then maybe just a little hook on the end. Look at that. A little bit of variation. This is what I would call is you have line work, and tone or value. So the first rock we drew is like this. Okay, and it's coming out of the ground. Look at this. Let's draw a rock like this. And this is the ground here. And let's say our light's coming in from this direction. So this rock is going to have facets. We could just do something. Look at this. Look how I'm breaking that rock down, you see? So this is going to be a little bit lighter because it's not facing directly in the light. Now this is going to be a little bit darker because it's facing away. And then this is going to be the shadowed area. This is going to be much darker over here. And once again, now we can start to add. Remember, I've got 3 types of grasses I'm showing you. We've got this. We've got this, like a combination. And then I've got this. And then additionally, each one of these can have tone behind it. We already went over that. There's tone there. Same thing here. We can, and this starts to just fill in those grasses, you see? Another thing you could do with grasses you come in here with some dark negative shapes. You see that? Of course, then once you add stuff flowers, you can all right, let's erase this. Create a framework for our picture. Take a look at this ridge line. So I'm just gonna come in. I'm not gonna worry about the mountain. We're just gonna kind of come in here with a light line. Let's start with this rock formation. And look at this rock. I'm just very lightly dropping in an odd shape, just like that. And we're gonna have another rock that's right above it, like that. And then this bright one that's gonna come down here like this. Okay, let's take a look at this rock that's nearest us, and the light is behind the mountain. It looks like it's either sunset or sunrise. So for whatever reason, the light is very evenly dissipated. So we're losing some sense of shadow. Let's kind of add a little shadow into these rocks to help us here. So I'm going to put a little bit of tone into that guy there, and we'll do the same here for this. That guy right there. And one last thing, looks like there's a rock down here. So I'm gonna, a small guy, just like that. Let's go ahead and start just some grasses here, and then we'll add some flowers here in just a second. So first thing I'm doing is I'm just adding a little bit of tone. Now these are the things that will take some time to all right, I'm going to put some work into this main rock here, and I'm just using small strokes, following the surface and texture of this rock. as some of these grasses get closer to the corners here, I'm going to make them a little bit darker and a little bit stronger so they pop out just a bit. Now this rock right here, that smaller one here, I'm going to make him pop. So I'm going to come in here and add some grasses that are close, really close to each other, but right behind him, you see? All right, wildflowers, I'm just going to add to the top there. Underside that rock, I'm adding a little darker shadow. Same thing with this guy here. I'm sitting back here and taking a longer view, squinting my eyes so I can kind of get a more full view of what's going on. There's some grasses in the back underneath that next rock. They're thick and then thin. Now there's this rock that's right in front of them, so I'm gonna and look at this line right here between this big boulder. I'm bringing in some grasses black right back here behind it. This is going to make that boulder pop off, you see? All right, now I'm going to look at my shading now. My shading is going left to right on this. This is really going to give a sense of like this is a bare dirt. I'm using surface lines back and forth to describe that maybe this ground here is rocky. If you do have additional questions, please join our Facebook group. It's totally for free. Post your questions in there. You can direct it toward me, or even down here in the comments below, you can ask a question and I will try and answer it my best. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye.